What's up, YouTube? So in this video today, I'm going to a meet. It's called I think it's called a Wekfest or Wekfest, whatever. It's at the Palm Beach Convention Center. So I'm actually meeting with my boy Josh, the one that sold me the turbo, and I'm gonna roll out with him to the meet. It should be a pretty cool meet. It's actually an indoor. I've actually never been to an indoor meet, so it should be good content for you guys. So like I said in the last video, I did the turbo swap, and let me tell you, this car has just been like a headache for the past week. So the turbo is a pretty simple-ish type of install. We did have some trouble trying to get this one bracket off that actually goes on the alternator. It was kind of annoying, so we actually had to just bend it back and, like, you know, break the heat shield that covers it. Because I think one of the bolts were, I guess, already like it just wouldn't come out no matter what we tried. It was just also a weird bolt size. We didn't have like a socket to fit over it and in that tight space. So we dropped the turbo, we swapped it back in, car runs fine. Then the next day we actually did 2 days later we did the clutch, and that actually I thought it was going to be a way harder job, but it was pretty easy. I had a couple of my guys from school help me out with that, and we got it done that day. It took us a pretty long time, but we started around like 8, we ended around like 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, but we got it done. Then the next day I think we just, like, you know, tightened up a couple bolts that we forgot to or whatever, that we kind of like just rushed because I had to get to work actually. I was supposed to work at 5, I got to work around like 6:45 to work the rest of the night. So we did that, the clutch, and the clutch feels amazing. And so the following days, I don't know what happened, but I thought it was my PCM like trying to relearn itself, because after I disconnected so many times, so the RPMs, every time I would drop it back into neutral, the RPMs would just bounce up and down, like almost like it was a cammed car. But my AFRs were fine, so I was like, oh, maybe it's just like, you know, the PCM just relearning itself and everything like that. But so I guess I had a leak somewhere. So I took my friend for a drive, and right in the, not in the school parking lot, but like right next to the school, did a pull, blew a coupler right off. So I was like, okay, maybe that was the reason why, you know, I was leaking a little bit of air. Fix it up, drove the car again, but the car was still running, like the AFRs were like 18, 19. So I was like, what the hell is this? Brought it back in the shop, we smoke tested it, and it turned out that I guess we were in such a rush when we were doing the transmission job, that we forgot to, I guess when we put the turbo inlet pipe on, we didn't put it all the way inside the actual coupler. So it was like almost like pinched up against. And so a whole bunch of air was coming out of there, unmetered air and stuff like that. So we fixed that, car runs fine. And then that following week I did a oil filter housing gasket, because mine was kind of leaking a little bit. So I changed that out. That was easy. Easy job. And then, so I think that Saturday, I'm at work, and I get off, and I'm going home, and I'm just taking a local road because I want to do a little bit of like spirited driving a little bit. So I do a pull, and again, one of my intercooler couplers blows right off. I think I was at like maybe 17 pounds of boost, which is not that much, but blew intercooler coupler right off. Then I had to pull over. Luckily, I have my tools in my trunk. I put it back on. It was one of the most like difficult. I was literally on my back, like in the middle, like probably was like 11 o'clock at night, and fixed that. I get back in my car, and the turbo's making this weird noise, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And almost making like a fluttering noise, almost like there was like a leak somewhere. So the next day I was like, bro, it was like 12 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna work on this right now. I'm just gonna go to my bed and tackle it tomorrow. And I tried everything, nothing. It sounded almost like an open downpipe kind of thing. So I brought it to school, we did a smoke test, and nothing was coming out. So what I realized, I was like, it only happens whenever I get into boost or some type of boost. Like even if it's like negative like 4 psi, like, you know, it starts making a noise right every time the turbo starts spooling up. So then my professor, he told me like to get some rags and cover the exhaust, and we can feel it. And actually, no, Andrew actually found that part out first. He put his hand over, like, you know, near the turbo area, and he found like there was air coming out of like one of the gaskets. So I thought maybe the gasket was bad that we used and stuff like that, and I had to buy a new one. But it just so happened, long story short, that one of the bolts were loose and it was letting all that air out. We fixed that. Now the car runs fine. But that's basically the sum of what happened this week. But I'm here at Josh's house right now, and we're about to head to the meet, so I'll catch you guys there. so I'm back at the crib. That was a pretty good meet. I'm just editing this video right now, and I got a lot of good footage, I'm not gonna lie. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of cars there, I'm not gonna lie, and a lot of like nice show cars as well. A lot of JDM, a lot of Hondas. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging into the Hondas now. I do low-key want to get like an older Civic and K24 swap it and maybe supercharge it, but that's obviously in the future plans. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, peace.